The Canadian dream, but at what cost? You thought moving to Canada would change your life, and it did, just not the way you imagined. Welcome to the North Road. In this video, we explore why some immigrants regret moving to Canada, and it's not what the brochures tell you. For generations, Canada has been marketed as the land of second chances, a multicultural haven, a country where merit matters, where peace, prosperity, and polite neighbors paint the perfect postcard life. And so, thousands arrive every single month, with suitcases full of hope, resumes polished, hearts open, dreams alive. But then, something shifts. The honeymoon phase ends, and reality takes over. What if this dream was never built for everyone? What if behind the snow-covered cities and smiling flags lies a different Canada, one nobody talks about? The cold doesn't hit you first. Rejection does. For many newcomers, the first few weeks in Canada are filled with awe. New skylines, clean air, the freedom to walk at night, a taste of the West they long admired from afar. But soon they enter the job market, and reality crashes in like a January snowstorm. They're told they're overqualified. Then they're told they're underqualified. Their degrees? Not recognized here. Their experience? Not Canadian. Their accent? Suddenly a liability. Doors remain shut. Interview after interview, rejection emails pile up, and slowly, that confident voice in their head begins to stutter. They didn't cross oceans to be ignored, but in a land built by immigrants, why do so many feel unwelcomed? And that's only the beginning. They called you an expert back home. Here you're invisible. One of the biggest shocks? The brutal devaluation of education. Engineers drive Ubers. Doctors work in call centers. Senior managers bag groceries. Canada's credential recognition system is slow, bureaucratic, and inconsistent. Regulatory bodies demand retraining, unpaid internships, and expensive exams, even for professionals with 10+ years of experience. Imagine studying for a decade, working across continents, only to be told, you need Canadian experience. The phrase echoes in nightmares. It doesn't just shatter careers, it breaks people. What happens when your knowledge becomes a burden, not an asset? And the next challenge is even colder. It's not just the snow that's cold. Many imagined a vibrant, multicultural life, but once they arrive, they find themselves profoundly alone. Friends are hard to make. Small talk never becomes real talk. Social circles seem sealed. Some describe it as a polite wall. Canadians are friendly, but distant. Courteous, but not curious. Loneliness grows louder in winter. When daylight fades at 4 p.m., and silence fills apartments like snowfall, mental health starts to crack. And with no extended family nearby, immigrants suffer in silence. And even when they seek help, the system itself becomes another barrier. You got the job, but can you afford to live? Even when immigrants finally break into the workforce, they face a new beast: Canada's soaring cost of living. Rent in cities like Toronto and Vancouver eats up half their paycheck. Groceries rival Manhattan. Childcare costs more than a mortgage. And if you're sending money back home, there's nothing left. Financial stress becomes constant. Vacations? Impossible. Home ownership? A fantasy. Some work 2 jobs. Some take on debt. Some give up. They came for a better life, but are now trapped in survival mode. And for those raising kids, another layer unfolds. Your kids are adapting, but are they becoming strangers? Newcomer parents often make sacrifices so their children can thrive. And yes, many children do. They learn English fast. They make friends at school. They grow up as Canadians. But the price? A growing cultural chasm at home. Children begin to reject their mother tongue. They question their traditions. Some even feel embarrassed by their parents. Parents feel the sting of disconnect. The dinner table becomes quieter. And when conflict arises, they struggle to communicate. Is this what success looks like? Better future, but a fractured home? And while families adapt, others simply turn around. Some quietly pack up and leave. Not everyone stays. Thousands of immigrants are now quietly leaving Canada after just a few years. Some go back home. Others move to the US, Australia, or the UAE. Why? Because they realize Canada didn't meet their expectations. Or worse, they realize it never could. They cite the job market, lack of belonging, high taxes, endless winters. But they don't make headlines. No viral posts, just silence and departure boards. Canada doesn't like to talk about this outflow, but it's growing. And it reveals a hard truth. Migration doesn't end when the visa is stamped. That's where the real story begins. You gave up everything. Now, you're not sure who you are. Immigration changes people. Not just their address, but their identity. At first, you cling to your past. Your language, your food, your stories. But slowly you adjust. You learn to pronounce your name differently. You smile through awkward jokes. You nod even when you don't agree. You code switch. You compromise. You shrink. And one day, you look in the mirror, and you're not sure who's staring back. You're not fully Canadian, but you're no longer what you were either. You exist in the in-between, belonging nowhere. And that space? It's lonely. Success on paper, depression in silence. Even the so-called lucky ones, the immigrants who find jobs, buy homes, raise kids, often carry invisible scars. Because beneath the surface success lies anxiety, guilt, exhaustion. They miss their parents. They worry about aging alone. They carry trauma from the journey, never processed. And therapy? Often inaccessible or stigmatized. Mental health support systems aren't always culturally sensitive, or even available in their language. So many stay silent, because in Canada they feel lucky to be here. And how do you complain about the dream when others are still chasing it? What if the Canadian dream wasn't made for immigrants at all? The deeper you dig, the clearer it becomes. The system wasn't designed for your success. From credential barriers to subtle biases, from gatekeeping in workplaces to tokenism in media, immigrants are often left navigating mazes with no maps. Yes, there are policies. Yes, there are slogans. But often they're surface level. Because beneath the maple leaf veneer, Canada still operates on quiet hierarchies, where who you know matters, where English is king, and where some stories are more welcome than others. We weren't broken. The system was never whole. So why do they stay? It's this hard. Why don't more leave? The answer is complicated. Because despite it all, Canada still offers safety, freedom, and possibility. Because for many, going back feels like failure. Because their kids feel Canadian. Because they've already invested too much. And because hope, even bruised, still burns. They stay because they believe they can build something better. Even if it takes longer. Even if it costs more. Even if it hurts. Because immigrants are not weak. They are resilient, resourceful, relentless. And they will keep rising, even if the dream takes a different form. So, was it worth it? Is the Canadian dream a mistake? Or just a different journey? There's no single answer. For some, Canada gave them life. For others, it drained them. But what's clear is this. Immigration is not just a change of location. It's a rebirth. And like all rebirths, it comes with pain. So next time you meet an immigrant, don't just ask where they're from. Ask what they've been through. Because behind every polite smile, there may be a storm. What do you think? Would you still move if you knew all this? Let us know in the comments. Follow the North Road for real stories, untold truths, and bold conversations.